Tuesday, December 5th, 2017, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So it's 1 p.m., so it's a little later than usual. The markets have been very interesting, especially the stock markets. So I want to cover the markets. I also want to ask a question to my viewers about a project that I've been approached to do, basically sponsored videos, a bounty program for an ICO, and I have my reservations about it. I'm not sure I should do it, but I want to ask the viewers what they think, because that's, you are important. You're the ones who watch my videos. You're the ones who enjoy it, and I think that's important. But before that, I'll go talk about what happened in the markets. As you know, yesterday morning before the U.S. Open, official market open, the markets have been, stock markets have been roaring up after the, news that Senate had approved the tax reform bill, whatever you want to call it. The Dow was up over 200 points when I was doing my video. I think S&P was up about 40, and up about 20, and the Nasdaq up about 40, and it'd been up as much as 50, and all at new all-time highs. But then towards the end of the day, the markets gave up a lot of their gains. S&P finished slightly lower on the day, and the Nasdaq actually finished down 72 points, which is a pretty sharp swing. I think the Dow still finished up, I think 50 points or so, but interesting move, especially in the Nasdaq, which has been driving, I would say, this stock market rally in the last 18 months, the big tech stocks, the FANG stocks as we call. So this morning, the Dow is back up. It's up 80 right now, 24,370. It's been up as high as 24,390. So almost, it's been up like 100 points. Now it's up 80. S&P is up 5, only 0.2%. So the Dow's leading again. Nasdaq is only up 2 at 62.64. That's the Nasdaq 100 future. It has been down as much as, let's see here, 35 points. So it has rebounded as well. So I think it's going to be very interesting to keep an eye on the markets. I don't think it's as clear cut now that we're going to keep going up. There's a bit more swings or volatility, if you want to call it that. Currency-wise, the pound has been making some pretty big swings as well. It had been going up quite well in the last few days on hopes that there was a deal between the UK and the EU for Brexit. But apparently yesterday evening, Prime Minister May and Jean-Claude Juncker or whatever, whatever pronunciation they use, actually said they didn't have a deal, that they were working on it. So the pound is kind of dumped today, is at 134.17. It has been down as low as 133.69. The cable is now down 61 pips or 0.5%. I still think like 31, just above 135 is still big resistance. It's an important historical level. I think it was the low after the 08 crisis when the pound dropped from 2.11 to the dollar to around 135, 136. So that's a historic level there. Still a lot of resistance. Euro is drifting a little lower at 118.46, down 20. And the dollar yen, an interesting one. The dollar got up above 113 yesterday overnight. It dropped back, even tested around 112.20 yesterday, and now we're at 112.63. So the dollar has rebounded against the yen. And gold has been fairly steady. We're at 1273 here, right near the lows of the overnight session. The range has been 1272.50 to 1277. Silver down 7. Range has been 1623 to 1637. Right now we're at 1624. So precious metals still being, held down. Nothing new there. Crude oil down 26, 57.20. And I've got nothing against crude oil. As one of the viewers, I forgot his name now, his mnemonic, but he keeps saying, "Oh, you hate oil." I don't. I just I have followed it and traded it in the past, but I'm more interested in the precious metals. I don't disagree that oil could go up, and it is above 56. So I think there's a lot of people out there who are bearish oil. I think it could go higher. The FTSE in the UK, well, that's up 10 points. Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin continuing, to surge ahead, 11,800 right now. That's pretty much near the highs. I think Cliff High is going to be wrong about the 13,800 by April next year. In April next year, I think it's going to be before April, Cliff. And there's a new coin here doing really well, IOTA, which is the Internet of Things. It's supposed to be the blockchain, a new blockchain, an upgrade of the blockchain. So things move quickly. Worth $8 billion market cap, IOTA. Ethereum, 43 billion. So, and I've noticed also that Steam and Steam Dollar have been doing well. I've been posting on Steam or Steam.com since June 2016, so quite a long time. Right now, Steam is up at $1.45, and back just on November 29th and 30th, we're below $1, so it's up 45%. Steam Dollar is also doing well. It's above $2 now. It's at $2.58, and that's made a huge move. It was trading at $1.2 at the end of November. One thing I've noticed on Steemit is a lot of my posts are earning less. I don't know why. It's difficult to figure out. Sometimes one of the videos do well, and sometimes they don't. I guess I just have to keep posting there. And participating in the community. So what did I want to talk about? Well, I've been approached by I won't give names, but I've been approached by a group that's working on a project or ICO to basically combine cryptocurrencies and artificial intelligence for trading, and they call it saving. So they want to combine huge data processing power, which is their expertise, to basically try to predict and trade the cryptocurrency markets. And they want to make it into a savings instrument for everyone. And yeah, I'm thinking about it. You always have, how can I say, skepticism about machines taking over things. This, of course, would be basically just one segment of the market. A lot of machinery power, artificial intelligence, processing. What I can, let's say, the power of that is like me, 1,000, people like me looking at the markets and making a decision in 1 second. That's how powerful these machines are. Is that really good? But the question I ask myself as well, in the past, if you look at evolution of markets, we started out, the Sumerians, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, they started out writing, contracts for commerce on clay tablets. The Romans traded in their forum, you know, we had the fairs in the Middle Ages in Europe, you know, like the street markets, which still exist. Now we have tablets, but they are the blockchain. They're digital tablets, I guess you could say. You know, up until recently on the futures exchanges, people were doing open outcry. You know, they would call the office, get the orders, and put their orders to the brokers in the pit. And there's a lot of screaming and signaling, and that's all gone. You know, everything is done on the screen now, and you've got the algorithmic trading, which basically this project is looking to do, but to focus on cryptocurrency market and crypto assets, as they call. So, as you know, I have an open mind, and I think diversification is important. I still believe, you know, the bedrock of someone's assets are, you know, real things like real property, you know, land, precious metals, fine wine even, I would say, art. But, of course, you have to diversify. So let me know what you think. If you're interested, I will do the sponsored videos. The ICO is going to start soon. If not, if a lot of you say, oh, no way, don't do it, then I won't. And it doesn't matter to me if I don't get the sponsorship. It's not that important to me. So I just wanted to put that through to you. So, yeah, so that's what's going on. Let's see what gold and silver do. We still got non-farm payroll at the end of the week. Yeah, there's talk as well, you know, about government shutdown in the U.S. You know, the short-term interest rate, 1-month T-bills spiked higher. It's really amazing, it seems to me, that, you know, I haven't really read about this tax reform bill. I know there's tax cuts involved, but it's amazing because the U.S. and the U.K., we've both been running huge budget deficits. And when you run a budget deficit, the debt increases every year. The most recent deficit in the U.S. was $670 billion, or even 666, I think, $billion. It is expected to rise again to $1 trillion. GDP is about what, I think 18, 19. So it's still running high. And here we are, you know, I'm against taxes and big government. Don't get me wrong. But when you do have big government and the government is in debt and running deficits, is it really wise to cut taxes? I mean, they've been cutting taxes, you know, Reagan cut taxes, you know, and the Bush taxes, and the debt keeps increasing. So that's my question. It's all like kind of not very clear cut in my opinion. So I think the stock markets are getting interesting. So keep an eye, I guess, on the NASDAQ. The Dow, I think, is a little easier to control by the manipulators. And what else? Well, I noticed that the Dow Transports, which had been lagging the main markets up until, you know, a week or 10 days ago. It had made a high in October, and then it hadn't confirmed the highs in the Dow and S&P. But actually, I've noticed that in the last week or 10 days, it's really surged ahead and made new all-time highs. So it's all very confusing out there. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And you can also follow me on Twitter and on steemit.com. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.